doesn't let you down. I mean, I don't know. Your skateboarder, it's nice to fucking just get on your skateboard and go. There's some solace to it. Skateboard is always, it doesn't disappoint you unless it breaks, whatever, typical bullshit, but it's a pretty solid go-to. I lived in New York in 1980, I think 85, and I had met some girl and we had just done Thrashing, the movie, and everything was starting to kind of come back around after a couple of dismal years in skateboarding. And dismal years, just like everyone still skated, but it just wasn't like, you couldn't just skate. You had to kind of do work to be able to, whatever. I moved to New York with this broad, and it's in the dead of winter, and I'm a bicycle messenger, and it's not fucking that cool. It was like, oh yeah, I'm in love, da, da, da. There were times I'd just be like, no one really skated there, because there were a couple of cats like Henderson and Bruno and Ian and Pepe, but I would go, and I really started to dislike this chick. But I was like, oh, this dumb kid, oh my god, I'm gonna be fucking, I'm gonna make this relationship work, I'm so fucking miserable, and I would just get up and go skate when I just couldn't deal with it or take it anymore, and just ride Union Square by myself. And it was fucking lonely as fuck. Like, yo, nobody skateboards here. Who's more talented in the skateboard world? I don't know. I guess I would say the prettier one. The fact that they're there means everyone can still skateboard. That's the way it is. It's been like that forever. And I love when the, like, oh yeah, the core, you can't fucking do that. Oh, that's so that. Shut up. Skateboard companies do not support its own industry like the outside do. It's been like that forever, and it's the way it is. Like, oh my god, Nike shouldn't be in skateboarding. Well, guess what, faggots? We all wore Nikes. We bought Nikes because A, they work. So what? They want a piece of the pie. Welcome to capitalism. Fucking kidding me. Please, myself and my kid, there's no other. I'm fucking kidding. My favorite skate grandpa is Herbie Fletcher and Grayson Fletcher. Like Herbie Fletcher was riding pools in 1963. He's the man. I like what you call it. I like this friend of mine, a friend of both of ours, so it works. Scott Oster. A black dude, Kevin Taylor. I love the dude style. Fucking, who was badass was Tony Alba. That amazing dude. Well, he was sick. He was like Muhammad Ali. I've never blown him up like this, but fuck it. He was so dope to watch because he was the biggest prick. He was an asshole, but he was badass. It didn't matter. He could be, whatever. He could get away with it, whatever that means. He's actually a pretty nice person. And this is long before I became that really good friends with him. But back in that time, there was nobody that touched this dude. Nobody. Like, maybe however long it happened, he was like, boom, another level, another tier above every other skateboarder on the planet. He cared about style. Like, when you did something, you like made sure you looked good. Not like, it wasn't just about the trick. It was about how you made the trick look and how you looked while doing the trick. Not, oh yeah, I did a fucking 360 flip and landed it fucking effortlessly, suck it there. but you're all gangly and fucking. Tony Hawk was badass. Jay Adams was wicked. Shogo Kubo was fucking badass. And he's badass. He was one of the better dudes. There were so many dudes. Style was so important as much as a trick, because there weren't that many fucking tricks yet. I'm going to Louisiana to build this fucking sculpture thing that is going to be a skatable sculpture, and it's going to be sick. It's going to be wicked. Can't wait. It's on the 5th. But it's just these sticks. It's like a ledge thing. Yeah, but it's going to be sick for kids. I think the kids are going to, maybe not, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I make more money off of art than I ever do with skateboarding. I should say indie. No, but they didn't. I didn't give a fuck. You're in, you're out. There's no longevity. Like, you're good today? Oh, you hurt your ankle? Get the fuck out of this industry. Yeah, they're rude. They didn't care. And they'll pretend they fucking cared and this, that, and that. They're full of shit. Fuck them. I did fucking so much for that fucking company. You should give me a fucking $1 million. I fucking made Indy what Indy was. Not the fucking thing, but to make the truck. It's in the story. It's in my Who's Hot. I don't give a fuck. My shit's published. It's in print. It's not anything but, like, it's exactly what the fucking truck is. Stealing from 2 fucking different existing trucks and taking the best components of them and combining them. And that's the Indy to this day. And it's true. It's fucking in my Who's Hot. I don't give a fuck. And I still like the guy. So it's never been about the money. I mean, I walked from a huge deal one time. Because I didn't want to make him another penny. Millions of dollars, so I did. For sure. You know, Santa Cruz was great. In one way, in another way, I was like a 16-year-old kid that didn't know what fuck all about trying to make money off this industry. I don't know what he did. He made ads against, like, fuck you, George Powell. Fuck you, Steve Rocco. The man who sold the world. It's like, please. Maybe Rocco had the balls to go for it, but he's still a kook. God, he's a genius, It's like, no, he's not a fucking genius. There is not a genius in skateboarding. In the manufacturing world. And I just recall there was Rocco, myself, this other roller skater kid, and a couple other skateboarder dudes, but Rocco drove this little Pinto station wagon, and he drove like an idiot. Like, he wasn't a good driver, he just drove fast and erratic, and I was like, yeah, bitch, I'm in your car, and you need to fucking relax, or... I joked him, I was like, you're a shitty driver, you suck at skateboarding, you're a fucking lame human being, so now I'm gonna choke you to death. Unless you fucking behave. Don't let go, let's go. Yeah. So that's my version of Rocco. I met her and whatever, we just became, you know, pretty tight quickly. And we were like going out and everything, and she's like, I'm doing this movie in England up in Newcastle, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And she's like, come over and visit. I mean, I have these tickets. They give me tickets to bring over people because I'm there for so long. And so I went over and whatever. But, you know, the tabs in fucking in England are crazed. Like the Sun, whatever. But they ran a picture thing. I think it was on the cover. I don't know. But it was like, skateboarder steals Miami Don's wife. Me and Don Johnson. There's a picture of him and her in a hot tub, and then me doing a fucking frontside click out at Baldy. It was so epic. She was, yeah, it was right before Working Girl, before she really fucking blew up, and she'd just done something wild, and I really didn't know anything about the world of movies too much, but yeah, it happened. And it was fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Not like in a bragging way, but it was just like, Yes, one for the skateboarders. I skated Arto's pool yesterday, but they were shooting a backsmith of Rune over the death box. So we took a couple runs, and then kind of just were cheering on Rune to make the backsmith look really proper. So yesterday I skated. Then I got home and I was like, oh fuck, I feel like skating still, so I grabbed my board and I kept riding. Can I ollie? Yeah, to a point. Like I was with Alex in New York and I'd figured out the ollie and I was being able to jump over manhole covers. And I was really psyched. I was like, oh, proper, I fucking have the ollie. And then it went away. Ollieing on transition is much easier than on the street to me. Like now the kids learn how to ollie, back then you learned how to do wheelies. But I think the ollie is one of the coolest fucking tricks. The ollie and the grind are two really amazing tricks. And the shifty is my favorite trick in the ollie world. When I fucking suck it up and shift it. So dope. Alex has a fucking powerful fucking shifty. They're sitting here in this area, and my friend who's some fucking amazing guitar player guy was fucking diddling on his guitar, and Alex rolled by, and I mean he plays with Joe Satriani and all these other fucking dudes, so he's an amazing guitarist, right? Whatever. And he's been skateboarding. I met him back in the 1979 in Canada, and he was a skater then, but then he became a guitar player, whatever. So he's playing guitar, and Alex rolls by, and he's like, oh, you know, he's a really nice dude. He's like, Alex, teach me how to ollie. You know, and Alex is like, what do you mean ollie? You just pop, right? And so we're sitting here, and he's like, no, you know, break it down for me, come on. You know, like, what's the positioning? How does your feet work? Where's the, you know, your takeoff point? What do you do with your legs to bring it up? And fucking kid ollied as high as the countertop, just like on some whack ass one of my boards. And we were just like, that's insane. He's got good pop.